Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for being here. I'm Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller, and I want to thank you for joining us for this occasion to have the Portrait of a Soldier display here at Cook County. I'd like to recognize a few people who are here with us today. First being Cook County, our Board President, Tony Preckwinkle, who will give a few remarks in just a moment. MWRD Commissioner Mariana Spiropoulos is also joining us. We have some Gold Star family members who Governor Quinn will introduce in just a moment, and Governor Pat Quinn, who's also here. So we want to pay homage to the many veterans who live in Cook County, and it's an immense privilege to welcome the Portrait of a Soldier exhibit to the Cook County building, honoring the brave service members from Illinois who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. I'd like to thank Governor Quinn for working with us to bring this exhibit here for the 20th anniversary of the Iraq War. I'd also like to thank the artists, Cameron Schilling of Mattoon and Donald Jeremiah of Streamwood, who's with us today, who created these portraits of the veterans who paid the ultimate price to protect our freedom. I come from a military family as well, where duty and honor have always been a focus in my home. It's important that we pay tribute and honor the memory of these brave men and women and their Gold Star families who are standing with us today, as this exhibit does just that, to allow us to reflect on the sacrifices their families made for our country. Residents of Cook County should know the faces and the stories of these service members. And I'm grateful for Governor Quinn for his consistent commitment to that mission. The exhibit will be on display here through Friday, March 25th, and I encourage anyone visiting the building to stop and take a moment and to reflect and remember and thank our veterans and their families who've done so much for the state, the county, and our country. So I'd like to introduce Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle for her remarks.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I want to thank Commissioner Miller and former Governor Pat Quinn for their support of this project. Thank you, Governor Quinn, for the work you've done to make this a traveling exhibition. Today, we can put a name with a face and see 300 hand-drawn portraits of fallen heroes who were Illinois service members killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other countries since September 11th, 2001. My father was a World War II veteran, and he was a real estate appraiser for the Veterans Administration. It's because of countless women and men like him that we have the freedoms we enjoy in this country today. And for that, I want to say thank you. When you walk into 118 North Clark and see all these faces, it's a reminder that we should never forget the sacrifices these brave women and men made each and every day for us to be here. It's because of artists like Cameron Schilling, Donna and Kiana Jeremiah that we see firsthand a piece of history come alive. Again, I want to say thank you to the men and women who've served our country. Your dedication will not be forgotten. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up former Governor Pat Quinn for his remarks.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank President Preckwinkle for allowing Portrait of a Soldier to be here in the Cook County building. This is the 20th anniversary of the beginning of the war in Iraq. I think we all know 20 years ago what a dangerous time that was, and a serious time, and it's very important that we never forget and always remember those who gave their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan. And that's what the purpose of Portrait of a Soldier is, to make sure that the people of our state, Illinois, see firsthand the names and ages and the branch of service and the rank and the hometown of these service members who lost their lives 20 years ago or in the period since then. I also want to thank Donna Miller, who I have known for a very long time. She's a Cook County Commissioner. She's very dedicated to helping our veterans, our military families, the Gold Star families as well. On the county board, we have been to the south suburbs, thanks to Donna, and we want to continue to have this Portrait of a Soldier memorial travel across Cook County and across Illinois, every county, because it's important for people on various days across the year, whether it's Memorial Day or 4th of July or 9/11 or Veterans Day, to know who the veterans are and who those who gave their last full measure of devotion to our democracy, who they are, to say their name. And I personally want to thank Mariana Sarapoulos, who has helped finance our efforts across Illinois, who is a commissioner on the Water Reclamation District. Thank you for being here, Mariana. Thank you for your support. And I also want to acknowledge today 3 of our Gold Star families who have joined us. One from Pinckneyville, Illinois. She got up at 4:15 this morning. Gay Eisenhower, thank you for being here, and we remember your son, and Jackie Tracy as well. What's your hometown, Jim?
Palestine.
Oh, Palestine.
Sheila Tracy.
Sheila, I'm sorry. And Chris Hodgkin, whose son, Gunnar, gave his life for our country. I also think it's important that we not forget all of those men and women who have volunteered for our military. It's an all-volunteer military. So when they raise their hand and say, "Here I am," that's their volunteering to defend our democracy. Now, there are no words in the English language or any language to relieve the pain of a mom and a dad losing their son or daughter in defense of our democracy. It is important, I think, that we understand that we, the people of America, appreciate that ultimate sacrifice. There are those who came together to defend our democracy 20 years ago, and since then as well, and we do not want to forget their sacrifice. It's important that we remember and teach our children those fundamental values of patriotism and sacrifice, duty and honor. The word hero sometimes is bandied about in our society. Somebody who made a last-minute basket yesterday or the day before is called today's hero, and that's okay. But the real heroes of our society are the men and women depicted on Portrait of a Soldier. They were not given all the breaks in life. Many of them had kind of a tough time growing up, but they did raise their hand, just like Isaiah said in the Old Testament. "Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I heard you calling in the night, and I will go if you lead me and hold your people in my arms." We've been held in the arms of these men and women, and I think it's very, very important we always remember them. Sooner or later, hopefully later, we will not be here on this earth. We will have passed, just like my parents and other people's ancestors as well. But these pictures will still be here, and I hope 100 years from now in this Cook County building, they will show Portrait of a Soldier once again, that people will know firsthand what our time on earth and the men and women who live with us, what they did for our country. Everybody remembers September 11th, 2001. We can never forget that day. It was a real blow to our democracy. But we, the people of America, had to band together for a common purpose, for defending government of the people and by the people and for the people. It shall not perish from this earth. And that's what Abraham Lincoln said on November 19th of 1863. Abraham Lincoln was from our state, the land of Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln went to that dedication of a military cemetery in November of 1863 at Gettysburg, and he echoed those immortal words. They're on the wall of the Lincoln Memorial. And these men and women, they understood firsthand what government of the people is all about. We have to defend it, to make sure that democracy always exists. So I really think it's meaningful, and I want to thank Tony Preckwinkle and Donna Miller and Mariana, and I especially want to thank Don Jeremiah. Come on forward a minute, Don. Don has helped draw these portraits. He's from Streamwood, Illinois. They're lovingly done. I think the families who have received every one of these portraits know firsthand how important it is that their son or daughter not be forgotten. And I want to thank you, Don, for doing that. It really means a lot to the people of Illinois. So the way I look at Portrait of a Soldier, as people come by, they may not be able to look at every single portrait. If they see one face, one name, learn their age, look at the very early ages, oftentimes 19 or 20 or 21 years old, of these service members. Many of them passed away almost 2 decades ago, and they did not have the opportunity to get married or to graduate from college or raise a family or own a home. They didn't have that. God did not give them that time. But God gave them a purposeful life. They didn't have a long chronological life, but they had a purposeful life. And in going to the funerals of these service members across Illinois, I saw firsthand what the role models of these men and women are, their parents and their family and friends. So I think it's really important that we thank our Gold Star families, and we are always in your debt. Thank you for being here today. We'll never forget your sons and daughters. And I want to say one more thing. We ask God to bless the immortal souls of these men and women depicted in Portrait of a Soldier. We love you, soldiers of Illinois, and we always will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner Sparopoulos, would you like to say a few words?
I think so much has been said so eloquently, but I will just add that there are no words that we can say for the ultimate sacrifice that was made by these men and women. And as Governor Quinn said, although they were a short life, it was a purposeful life, and all we can do is say thank you. So thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you to the families for being here. God bless. And we'll take any questions if necessary. Thank you all. Have a great day.